the computer. So, you guys, first of all, I am so freaking proud of all of you guys for participating, who are participating in the 10-day social media challenge. Our little team is just rocking it. I see so many of you posting, and some of you have come into our Facebook group and given the link to your post. So that's great. So we can support each other. And some I just randomly saw do it. So that's awesome. And even folks that haven't decided to share LifeWave with people yet, I have seen them also jumping in. So that's super, super fun. I keep looking over here at these little things just to make sure nobody else is coming in. Oh, Scott's taking care. Okay, you're driving the bus. That's great. Thank you for driving that bus. So we're going to do a little team challenge. I visited with Natalie a little bit about this, and then I just went ahead and made a post in our group. And Gary, who is awesome, he says, call me, I got an idea. I'm like, great, because he likes to give things away, right? So we are going to have giveaways, and I'm going to tell you about that at the end, because we like stuff, right? Everybody likes free stuff. This is behind me, my ginormous hood, my industrial hood. I'm going to go like that. All right. Because it looks like it's coming out the top of my head like a unicorn or something. So, we love Eric Worre. You guys probably know that if you've been with us for any given time. This is a book that Scott and I highly, highly recommend. This is one copy that isn't highlighted 2 bits, but we have a lot of copies that are highlighted 2 bits because every time we pick it up and go to read it, we highlight and write on it again. If you don't have this yet, go pro. Make sure that you get it. It's super cheap on Amazon, free shipping, all that good stuff. Scott, you got that person coming in? Okay. So, I got it before he did. Okay. So anyway, so this is GoPro, and we highly recommend it. And if you're in our Facebook group, in our builders group, then you'll notice too that Scott and I do subscribe to an annual Eric Worre training. Super good. I highly, highly recommend that. You can ask me more about that. We don't get anything for anything like that we recommend. We just really like it, and it's helped us build. Back when we built in our first business, this is only our second business. In our first business, that training helped us go to multiple 6 figures annually. So it was a really good thing. I highly, highly do recommend. And Eric always teaches about core rank. Get to the core rank in your team as soon as humanly possible. I know we always hear about the big ranks. We hear about senior director. We hear about presidential director. We hear about all these big things. And if you go to an event and, you get together with your friends and you get a picture taken or whatever, you're like, I'm going to come back as this rank next year, or I'm not showing up. Okay, that's great. Scott's sitting there laughing. That's great. But we have to get back to basics, because when we put up these giant goals, not that they're lofty goals, because other people do it like all the time, right? They're not lofty goals, but when we put up these great big ginormous goals, and if we've never done anything that large before, our brain says, what the heck are you doing? And what am I on board for? Because I have no idea on even how to do it. So we're breaking this down and getting back to basics, just like Eric Worre trains. And this will help you. This one thing is going to help you to get to the top rank where Dr. Stacy, Gary, Charlene, where they're all hanging out. It's really easy. It's just go manager and help your team go manager. That's it. LifeWave is very simple. I love that about LifeWave. I have looked at so many comp plans, and I can tell you the ins and outs of LifeWave's comp plan. I really actually like comp plans a lot. But LifeWave is very, very simple. Okay. In order to go manager, you have to do a few things, right? First of all, you have to be active on product. In order to hit the rank of manager, you have to have had at least 300 points that you personally purchased throughout your lifetime in LifeWave. So if you've been in LifeWave, if this is your first week, and you came in at a core pack, that's 180 points. So you do need to purchase something else. But if you've been in LifeWave for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, you have 300 points. It's you probably do, unless you just bought once and sat out. So know that. So 300 points, that gives you the qualification of the next step. Then we enroll two people, one on the right, one on the left, whatever that looks like. That's called binary qualified. Okay, so when you're binary qualified, that just means that now you're taking advantage of the points that have already come into your bank account, your point account from the people down below you. Okay, a lot of you understand what that means. Scott's probably had the conversation with Mr. Silent here. He not saying anything about that, but he's made a phone call to many of you, showed you what you have on your tree, showed you what you had in that little account. So it just hangs out until you become binary qualified. The day you become binary qualified, that just means those points that you've saved up from your purchases and the people on that team leg, whichever leg that is, now you're going to earn some money on it. Okay. All right. To become manager, 300 points for you. You've invited two people on your right, two people on your left. I even did that with my right hand, my left hand. Aren't we impressed? We are impressed. It's the little things. Two on the right, two on your left. They're active with 180 points or more. That's the core pack. Ironically, it's the core pack, but that makes you a manager. Okay. We have a lot of people that have become manager just this year, January, February already. So congratulations to all of you. It's been awesome. So your next step after you become manager, you help your friends become manager. Okay. It's that simple. We try to overcomplicate things by got to get to director, got to get to senior director, got to get to presidential director. As long as you go manager, you keep inviting people to join you in LifeWave, you keep signing people up, but you keep helping them also to go manager. You're going to get to senior director. Don't worry about it. Okay. There's a little tiny bit of a formula, and your upline will help you with that. The formula for senior director is just simply you help people become manager, they help people become manager on both of your legs. So the math is simple. We just need to get really, really good. And we have a lot of managers on our team. We have to get really good about us going manager and then our friends going manager as soon as possible. Eric Worre says 10 to 30 days. You should be able to reach that rank. And if you've been here a year and you're like, oh my God, I'm not there yet, that's okay. We're going to start right now and we're going to go to the end of this month. If you're already doing the Facebook training, you guys, it is phenomenal. It is absolutely phenomenal. And it will help you to get really cleaned up using social media. If you say, you know what, I only have 30 people following me on Facebook, you have 30 people that you're not picking up the phone and talking to because they're on Facebook probably. So it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter where you start. I will teach you going down the road later, after this training is over with LifeWave, on how to build onto your social media if that is the way you want to build. It's not the way everybody builds. I build using Facebook. Scott builds using his telephone. Seriously. Like, what's that? I don't even know. No, I talk to you guys whenever you need, whenever. I'm here for you. I love to talk to you, but I talk this way and he talks this way. So it's just a preference. Okay. We we also belong to a network group, and I strongly love that because we do have a good little, it's tiny though. It's only 12 people, but it's great. It's a little referral group, and hopefully it's growing. But you can also, just talk to people. Like, there's people out in the world, in the wild. And we're going to be talking more about those sorts of things here in the days to come. But I wanted you guys to get crystal clear on how easy, and everyone just wants to complicate it so much. And it's not complicated. You go manager by enrolling 4 people, 2 on the right, 2 on your left. The person that sponsored you is happy to help you with that, but we can't force it. Okay. We're not those people. We're not those people that are going to tell you, make me a list of 100 people and you and I are going to sit down and call them all. No, no. Now, on the other hand, hear me out. These little patches worked for you or you would not have been here tonight, right, Scott?
Right.
These patches work. So who's on your heart? Who comes to your mind and in your heart that you know would benefit from a little patch? You know, this silly little thing on my hand, I put it there so everybody can see it, but this silly little sticker saved me from having to have a hip replacement. That's a big deal. I had 3 MRIs by 3 different specialists, and each of them gave me a different injection in my hip. One put me to sleep completely and told me that I was going to get off the table afterwards and just walk right out and it was going to be great. That was after spending a lot of money on a lot of different therapies because I did everything natural too, but the insurance company is really pushing me for the all that other stuff. But anyway, they were going to do a hip replacement. This little guy, we can't make claims, right? But I'm just telling you all because you're here and I'm having a heart to heart because if you have people that are coming to your mind after you started patching and after the patches did something for you, those people, that's your little God voice telling you that's somebody that you need to reach out to. And I'm not saying to be slimy and gross or anything like that, but I've put a lot of verbiage over the last year in our Facebook group about having those conversations and how to have those conversations. And we're going to be breaking them down again. I want to stick to one thing a day and continue on all month long. Actually, probably be all year long to tell you the truth, because new people come in constantly. We want to make sure everybody's getting the right training. But manager, we go manager by reaching out and helping the people that are in our heart. For me personally, when Beth was telling me about the patches, you know, Scott was very reluctant, but decided to come along and do it with me. His dad had just taken a nasty fall off of a chair. What was he doing up there?
He's reaching for something.
I don't know. The man, hi Don, if you're watching the replay, but the man does everything and he's up on, I don't know if he's changing a light bulb or fixing something or whatever, and he fell off a chair and he didn't break his hip,
Messed it up pretty
but he
bad.
messed up pretty bad and was in his upper 80s because he just had a birthday.
I think he's 89.
We think he's 89. He still works. But anyway, he fell off a chair and he hurt himself pretty badly. And so he was really on Scott's heart. We weren't even doing the business. We weren't going to share it all. But he was really like, Scott's like, I got to get my dad these patches because, you know, it's hard to heal when you're 89 and you fall off a chair. It's hard to heal when you fall off a chair. Well, he wasn't 89 because it was a year ago. So he was 87 and 11 months. Oh no, it happened October. So it was anyway. He was 88 and almost a half or over a half. But he did fall. He did hurt himself. He came to our house. He had the walker and that kind of thing still working and whatnot. And then we got him the patches for his birthday and he put the patches on and he's been wearing them ever since, but having really good results. And I just say that because he was our first person out of Scott and I, and then our son Brian had been away on a mission trip. Like, oh, he tried to at least, and he came back to us very, very, very sick. He was in Juarez, Mexico, you guys. That was a bad place, but that has nothing to do with how he got sick. He had acute serious severe ulcerative colitis. So we almost lost him a number of times. He was very, very, very sick. And he started using the patches and he's had an amazing healing story too. So that's our first 4. No, that was B3, me, and then we did enroll Scott because back then you could. We enrolled Scott's dad, we enrolled Brian. And then the 4th, because we weren't sharing yet, was our daughter Bailey, her mother-in-law, Carol, who we knew before the kids knew each other. So we were friends first, but she's a family member. So for us, it was 3 family members that we talked to first. And with different things going on, Carol has a history and she's talked about on here, long history with Lyme's disease. And she's had an amazing story too. Brian with ulcerative colitis, thank God. He's now off of that nasty, nasty medication that says very boldly, good chance of causing cancer. So he's off of that. Again, I'm making all kinds of not compliant claims because we're in a little team meeting right here, but just telling you what was on my heart when we started, what was on Scott's heart. It was our family. Traditional network marketing, like you stand on the street corner and you try to trip every person that comes by and show them the product. You're like, no, this is a heart product. This is something like it works and you just can't help but you want to reach out to the people that you know their stories, you know. So I would say go to those people first, the people that are really in your heart, not that you're selling, but you really have something sincerely that you know is going to help them, because that helped us to really gain a real belief in the product. And you're not going to go anywhere without that. But I had my issue, which was different than Scott. And then his dad had a different issue, and Brian had a different issue, but then, Carol had a different issue, and Phil, her husband. So our daughter's in-laws were both using it. So we all had different issues, but yet we're all having amazing results. And so when you start sharing with people, you want to gather their stories, because for one, it's really cool to be able to match people up. Oh, hey, I know somebody that had that issue, or I know somebody that had that issue, and you can kind of tell the story without even using names or anything. But it also, the more stories that you collect in your heart, like you just have that belief that's unshakable. Like I know that these silly little stickers, we've had people in our life that poo-poo us about that little sticker. And I'm like, yeah, that little sticker. Yeah, that silly little thing that saved me from having to have a hip replacement. So yeah, it is so silly. But anyway, and then I just watched them go down the trails of this, that, and everything else. I just want to make sure that I covered some things so a couple of things to help you guys out. We do have 2 Facebook groups, and you guys pretty much know that. So we have the Beyond the Wave, and then, Patch Me Up Scotty. That was just kind of a little fun thing because his name in Star Trek is Star Trek, right? Not Star Wars. I know, I don't know Star Trek, but if you go to corporate, I was so afraid of it being so Star Trek heavy that I wouldn't understand the theme, but don't worry, it is, but it's not. So there was no craziness about that. But anyway, Beyond the Wave, Patch Me Up Scotty, that's our curiosity group. And the enrollments, the people that come to me and say, Gina, I'm ready to patch, they come out of that group. And more than not, we as another tool teams, you guys probably heard me talk about that, but the people that I put in there, they're like the little seeds that you invite in that group. And then over time, they're getting water, they're getting sunshine. I don't want to say fertilizer, good fertilizer, all that kind of stuff, but they're getting fed on. Okay. They're getting fed. They're getting fed the information. They're looking at the videos. I like to post a video every few days. So they're getting the videos and they're getting all that sunshine, and they're getting your sunshine because we have a thread going of testimonies. So they're getting all that sunshine, and then they're just growing and growing, and they're like, okay, pick me, I'm ready. So I want to really challenge you guys to go use that group and invite 10 to 20 people every single day from your Facebook into that group. All right. You don't have to flood them or anything like that, or just, but the thing is when you invite your friends into the group, they're not in, they have to accept. So you're not just putting them in something, that kind of thing, but you can just send them a little note and say, hey, I've been thinking about you. Whatever the situation is, would you mind if I added you to this group? You might learn something. So I would challenge you 10 to 20 a day. Don't make it 50 or 100, or Facebook's going to say, and Marky Mark lies. Just going to say that. He says that, but it's true. He says that they're not censoring or anything anymore, but if you put 50 or 100 people in the group in a day, he's probably going to shut you down for a week, right?
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. He says free speech, but we'll see about that. Anyway, I'm still bitter because I put up a post one time, a little yellow thing, and it said, said something about make it the best day ever. That's what it said. Yellow said, make it the best day ever. And I got flagged for making a false claim. That's a true story. I got shut down for a week. Like, really? That's a false claim. But anyway, don't make it a good day, I guess. So 10 to 20 people a day in that group. And I'm not kidding. So that's step one. That's going to help because I'm fertilizing, I'm putting the sunshine, I'm putting all this. You are going to be an owner. Here's your step two. I want you to be an owner. So that page is not about me. It's not about Scott. It's about our people that we're adding there. And so ownership is so, so important. Got to shout out Barb. Barb is the one of the very top people when I look at statistics there. People that are established, and Brandy. Those two are on that page the most, commenting and liking, commenting and liking. What that does is when you add your people to that group, they see every time that you comment and like, and they just really associate you with that group. And you must be somebody very important because you're commenting and liking, a lot in that group, right? So you're now an owner. Other than that, other than Brandy and Barb, there's, I see people in and out, whatever. But when I look at the analytics, because should I say it? I'm a numbers girl. Listen to a guy over and over. I'm a numbers guy. Anyway, I kind of am. But the analytics, when I look at that, who's the other top 8 week after week? It's the new people that just start on patching. So I also want you to put all your people that are patching in that group, because in their first month or so, they are numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost every single time. They are watching everything. And so when we start somebody new, they're so hungry for education that they're just on there. Little side note, did you know that the first 20 people, well, I have to say the 20 spots that we signed up, Scott and I, the first 20, they're all still active, every single one of them. And I say like spots because many of them are husband and wife couple. And so they're doing it together. So really it's more than 20 people. But the first 20 that we started going back over a year ago are still active. And that's the thing is I made that group pretty quickly on, even though we weren't going to be doing this for business yet, and really started nurturing and putting information in there. So you commenting and liking, that's a big deal. That's a huge help. Your people are going to notice that. But here's another little thing. Now that we're getting busy learning social media better in LifeWaves training, which is spot on. It's what Natalie would teach. It's what I would teach. It's the way that we do things. Short. There's time for longer, but right now through that training, you want 1 or 2 sentences, boom, done. If it's longer than that, above the fold. But you want to start posting in our Facebook group. You want to start going in Beyond the Wave, and you want to put up something of help, okay? Whether it's a video that you found on a testimony with LifeWave, those are the best. They're anywhere between 2 and 15 minutes are the best. So if you run across something, please post it, share it in that group, okay? Be an owner. If you see something just really cool on nutrition, post it in there. A cool recipe that, you know what? People in that group are generally, well, not everybody, but generally interested in better health. So a helpful, short little helpful article or little recipe or something like that, be an owner and post it. Okay. It's not it's not going to be the Gina show or the Scott show. Well, not that you post either. He's going to, right? Yes. But here's the thing. Again, your people are looking for you. And the more that you are active in there, the more they're going to see you. Okay. We are this close from hitting 1,000 people. I think we're 120-ish away from hitting 1,000 people. When we hit 1,000 people in that group, magic things are going to happen. There's going to be streamers and trumpets and fireworks and the whole 9 yards on Facebook. So what the algorithm will do then is, you know how when you're scrolling down your own just stuff and all of a sudden you see something that like, I'm not in that group, I'm not in that group. It can be annoying. Yeah, let's face it, it can be, but oftentimes it's not. Like I'll see something and it's cool and I start reading it and then like, oh, so and so commented on that. So it's one of my friends. That's what's going to happen with this group. And so it's going to go not just on your friends' walls, but your friends' walls and your friends' walls. Use just 3 degrees. So and because you start having a lot of connections and whatnot. So the more people that you have mutual friends with and that kind of thing, it just kind of goes down that line. Isn't that crazy? So here you could be, I'll just use Barb because she's on here. And Barb might be, posting something on, get outside and walk today, that kind of thing. Maybe put up a little positive something in the group. And then all of a sudden it's going to her friends of friends and they're going to see, oh, we have mutual friends, whatever, but they're going to see that and they're going to be interested in it. So they're going to click on and maybe asked, to join the group. So that's huge. Um, if somebody ever comes to Scott and I as admins, quick little note on that, I'll backtrack about the admins, remind me about that. But if they come to us and say, hey, I want to sign up, but I don't know who put me in here, we will go and find out who did. Like I can do that. Say we will.
Yeah,
You probably don't know how. But it just takes a minute to do that and I can tell them. But the other thing is once you become a manager with LifeWave and you are working and you understand social media, let's have that talk. I will make you also an admin in the group. Okay, that gives you even more reach because now the algorithm is going to be pushing it out to more and more and more of your friends and the friends of friends of friends. That's when they start seeing it, is when you have actual ownership. So it's like we all have fractional ownership in this timeshare. Okay. Isn't that fun? Super fun, right?
Mhm.
Did you learn something tonight?
I'm learning.
Okay, he's
Yeah.
learning. I'm the nerd in the family.
I'm the cool guy.
He's the cool guy.
Not the nerd.
He's not the nerd. I'm the nerd. So that, and then in our business group, so that one is the Patch Me to Prosperity. And there's people that are never going to share, and there's people that are sharing left and right, whatever. In that group, please, when you do enroll people, make sure that they get an invite to both groups and let them be the judge of that. It always broke my heart in our last company when I would have a conversation with somebody and they were like, in it 2 years or something. And they would say to me, oh, I didn't know there was an opportunity for me to make money. Oh, okay. Maybe they do and maybe they don't, but you can let them know that we just share more information in that group and they can choose whether they want to be a part of it or not. Don't ever judge where somebody's at, and especially, like where they're at financially, that kind of thing. You'd be surprised because I've even heard, oh my gosh, I heard one training one time where somebody quite wealthy and they didn't know there was a business opportunity, and he was like, I'd have done it in a heartbeat, you know. So don't judge where they are, either up or down, whatever. Let them make that choice, but definitely give it to them. Scott, like I said, and I think you stepped out when I was talking about this, the first 20 business or the first 20 people that we enrolled, many of them were husband and wife. Yeah, but they're all still active, all 20. So that's super cool. But what we have done is, number one, we've connected them to resources. We make sure that they know about Dr. Stacy every Tuesday night. drstacyzoom.com, Stacy with an I. Every Tuesday night, she's on with amazing training when it comes to using the patches and whatnot. And then going on from there, tonight, she's on be 6 my time, 5 o'clock California time, 8 o'clock Eastern time. It's business training. So if you want to jump on tonight, they're going to have a lot of testimonies from the people that just went to the boot camp this last weekend. So jump on there. That's every single Wednesday night. And what I would say is just start inviting your people to both of those. First of all, the Tuesday night, because we're all product users. So we want them educated on the product and we don't want them educated out of us. So that's what Scott and I did. Like we started and we told everybody, you know, Tuesday night, Tuesday night, Tuesday night, Dr. Stacy, Dr. Stacy. So everybody gets used to Dr. Stacy Tuesday night. And then we let them know, well, there's this other one the team thing does. She does on Wednesdays. You know what? It's really inspirational. Really, really is. So whether you're a hardcore business or just think about it or whatever, it's really inspirational. So definitely, does he know? Anyway, definitely make sure that you're sharing both of those out. There's a number of things going on with LifeWave and Team Evolve, which we love, love, love. But I don't want to overwhelm. So I do list them. They're in the Facebook group and that kind of thing. But it's not, you know, I don't like drown people in so much information because it is overwhelming. But it is listed out. And I am actually going to send out the text message thread that you can get on the text with Team Evolve because we very much appreciate everything that they do. But we just chose Dr. Stacy to follow Tuesday and Wednesday because that's all we have energy for. And then we do, you know, on the Facebook and that kind of thing and help you guys out that way. And so when you get people going, invite them to the 2 Facebook groups that we have, and then we'll talk, you know, Dr. Stacy and then the Wednesday night. The last little thing we need to talk about, guys. Did we talk about prizes? We have Brian in the background. I'm checking my head there. So, did we talk about prizes? No, we did. Oh, I see Natalie's little pom pom. Are you that cold in the house? Tell Joy to turn on the heat. My gosh. And I don't know how, like everybody's sound is off. But so prizes. As I was doing this today, it got really exciting. Like all of a sudden out of the blue, Gary's like, hey, I want to give you guys stuff. I'm like, okay. So I called him. He's like 100%, I am in. I'm giving the team stuff. So for the month of February going forward, oh yeah, for the month of going forward here, if you become a manager this month, Gary is going to send you one package of X39. I'm trying to block right. One package of X39. Okay. If you go manager, where's my paper? If you go director, and real quickly, a director is simply a person who's helped somebody on their team be a manager, right and left side. Okay, that's the formula. So you became manager, you helped a friend on the right, you helped a friend on the left become manager. So if you become a director, Gary's sending you two sleeves of X39. Okay, is that exciting? Yay! Now, if you go senior director, he's going to send you three sleeves of X39. Woo! I know there's like things you can do here with streamers and fireworks now, but I don't know where they live.
What's a
So-
senior director?
So a senior director, go ahead.
No, go
It's
ahead.
fine. Okay. So a senior director, like I said, you became a manager, you help somebody on your right, somebody on your left, also become a manager, you're a director. Okay. A senior director is when you help 2 of your friends become a director. So manager, director, manager, then manager. Okay. And then you're on the top. You have 2 directors under you that you personally help to do that. Oh, look, now he's got a little cherry thing. Yay. Yeah, so he will give you 3 sleeves. And the person who sponsored you, signed you up, is helping you with this, will help you with that next level, explaining it. We're not getting in the weeds. We're talking about manager. You become manager. You help your friends become manager. You become manager. You help your friends become manager. The next step is just keep enrolling people. Okay. Do you know that 70% of all people in network marketing, they never enroll anybody because they get so stuck thinking that it's so difficult. And anyway, Little interruption over here. But yeah, 70%. And that's not to discourage you. It's just because, yeah, I get it. I totally understand. Scott totally understands. We get stuck in the not knowing. We get stuck in the like, I don't know how to do it. Like, how do you do it? So we're going to be making it super, super easy, breaking everything down. Number one, the easiest, the lowest hanging fruit is asking your close friends and family that they got problems. Ask them if they will be in that Facebook group and just follow along. Okay. That is our tool. And the other tool is learnpatching.com. Low hanging fruit, low, low, low. I almost hate to say, how many people we've enrolled, so I won't. I'll just say it's well over 100 people. We do the same thing every time. I've not signed up anybody, I don't think, that I haven't done. I mean, since we've had Learn Patching since July. So Learn Patching, before that, we used another one that was a little bit harder to find things, but that we use the tools. That's all we do. Like, I don't go and talk to somebody about photobiomodulation and all that. I can, but I'm not going to. But we just use the tools very simply. So thank you, Gary, for giving away. Gary's got deeper pockets. Isn't that nice? So our goal as a team is to wear out Gary's pockets. Okay. We want to wear holes in Gary's pockets. So we are so blessed that we have such an amazing upline that I didn't even ask anything. He just says, we're going to fire up this group. We're going to do this. We're going to give them this. Yeah. So if you're friends with Gary, definitely, give him a shout out and whatnot. He is in our Facebook group, by the way. He is. So all the love and stuff like that. That is great. So your homework is make sure you're on the training, the social media training with LifeWave. And even if you missed yesterday for some reason, make sure you get on it going forward, because it's great practice, right? And then the other thing is you're going to make sure that if you have enrolled anybody to date, that you're plugging them in. That's what I was going to mention. It was on my notes and I forgot to say, with our first 20 people, all of them are active. Every single one is patching daily. When we look, and that's kind of a phenomenon when you look at leadership versus then going down the line, and links can easily get broken. You guys, whoever enrolled you want to do what they're doing. Like, I send my people to Dr. Stacy on Tuesday and on Wednesday. I've let that be known, and now we use Project Broadcast. So I'm sending you the text message for reminders for the Tuesdays, especially, or, other little things coming up. But you need to plug your people in, because they don't just osmosis through you. They don't know. So you want to get them in the Facebook pages. Okay. The phenomenon is our retention rate is somewhere around 80% or higher. When we look at downline, it's like the flip-flop. It's like 20%. And that's because usually when someone's in leadership, they're doing all the things, but it's just for whatever reason, that piece isn't there yet, where you're thinking, okay, well, I don't want to bother them. Or they might not be interested, or they might think that I'm weird if I'm, putting them in here or there. That's the one piece. That's the one magic piece that's going to set your business apart once you start enrolling people, is you get them plugged in minute one. Okay. Minute one. Going to start doing a whole lot of this more and more and more, talking about it in the group. But the first thing, when you get somebody new in, one of the best things you can do is introduce them to other people in the team. Doesn't have to be upline. It can be somebody in their same line is preferable, but somebody else that they would connect with, for whatever reason. Recently, I'll just use for an example, Lisa became manager very, very quickly. And I introduced her to somebody who had only she wasn't even, the other person became manager after her, but was enrolled before, but within a short amount of time. But I introduced these two gals together just because they're on the same leg and they're very close. I introduce them typically, I'll introduce people to Beth and Charlene. Beth enrolled me. She's very, very plugged in. Charlene, she's what do you call it?
Senior president.
Senior presidential, like all these words are so close. So, you want that unity, but also you want to make sure that people have people in case you're busy and not there. So anyway, Natalie is another one, like I'm going to say, connect everybody, Natalie. She's like, she's got so many people she's talking to, but again, that team feel, just that team feel, so that people know, you point out who's this person, who's that person, that kind of thing, so that everybody is gelled together. So I did go, is it 45? Oh, 2 minutes. It's like I went a little long. I was going to end at 4:45 and we're 2 minutes. So that's great. We still have an hour and 15 minutes or whatever until Dr. Stacy comes on. It's going to be very energetic. So if you guys want to jump on that, go to Dr. Stacy with an I, zoom.com, and you're going to hear all about the last event. But any questions or anything I can clarify for you, go ahead and message me up, Scott, or the person who invited you here and whatnot. But I think I was wrapping up when I remember that piece, wrapping up with, I'm doing the weave.
Mhm.
Do
Nobody
you
knows
know what that means? Okay, so anyway, I was just wrapping up and I wanted the last piece again, to remind you to go and invite your people to Beyond the Wave. Patch me up, Scotty. So 10 to 20 a day. Let's get all your people jazzed up and excited. I am going to go live and that's why I was ending with this. I am going to go live in the Beyond the Wave group every day this month. And I can't tell you how many enrollments have come from that. So Terry gets it. So anyway, weaving back. Yeah, so we're going to go in there live every single day. And my job is just to make your job easier. So that's it. Final words, Mr. Mustache, anything?
Wear your patch in an obvious place. People will ask you. And I always say, I'd be happy to send you to a website where you can check it out. We can exchange information. I'd be happy to call you later. Just always be in a hurry. Don't just sit there and talk to them. Just say,
Yeah.
I got to get to my next appointment, but I'd be happy to exchange information with you and I can send you to a website.
Keep your conversations short, whether they're on social media that you're posting, just like our training. You want to be above the fold, 1 to 2 sentences. And when you talk, keep it short.
Yep. And just say, this is just helping my stem cells reactivate, but I'd be happy to share that information with you later. What's a good number?
So I'm planning on coming back, I believe on Thursday. No, that's tomorrow.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. No, probably Friday. Like all crazy. Anyway, I'm going to let you know what time in advance. This was recorded, so I do have this available. I will let you know when that's going to be, and I'll be opening it up for questions. So I would like you guys in advance, if you have questions, go ahead and send them to me so I can, get those out for you in a formatted way, because I'm the person that comes with pages and pages and pages of notes like that. So I want to make sure that it's all coherent for you all. All right, that's it. Have a great rest of your evening, and I hope to see you later on Dr. Stacy. Bye, everybody.
Bye.